of all movie opening scenes, which one sold the entire film? Halloween, the original 1978 version. The entire sequence is a 5-minute uncut pop shot, and then they rip the mask off, and we see that this mysterious killer in the shadows is an 8-year-old boy. Raiders of the Lost Ark. All the parts from opening to the point where Indy runs and meets the escape airplane. The Matrix. I thought Trinity was the villain. We watch the lobby from the perspective of the guys running the scanner. The Godfather. I think the scene where Benassera asks Don Corleone for justice sets up our perspective about the Don pretty well. In that scene we instantly learn everything that Don Vito Corleone stood for. Children of Men. Especially if you've never read the book. Holy cow, that was powerful. Roger Ebert pointed out that Spear was scared when the cafe was bombed. It's how you know he wasn't going to be a cliched action hero. In fact, he never uses a gun once in the entire film. Shaun of the Dead. This is a great one, because they almost begin and end on same sequence. Gladiator, 2000. That battle was incredible, great dialogue, excellent music, human moments. What you do in life echoes in eternity. Scream has an incredible opening scene. Don't hang up, or I'll gut you like a fish, you understand. Spaceballs. That ship going by for 5 minutes or more had me rolling, and I never stopped laughing throughout that entire film. We Break for Nobody. The Departed. Powerful footage and commentary did such a great job of kicking it off, while giving a glimpse into what propelled Matt Damon's character into his entry into the criminal family. Then the line, when I was your age they would say we can become cops, or criminals. Today, what I'm saying to you is this: when you're facing a loaded gun, what's the difference? Felt that was perfectly within the spirit of the entire movie, and sets the stage for what I consider to be one of the best films ever made. She fell funny. Speed. I'm Speed. Jaws. You never see the shark in the first attack. Just the knowledge that there's something under the water. Brilliant. Terminator 2. Tropic Thunder. And they ordered the segments in a way that I'm sure they wanted some of the audience to think that Booty Sweat and Bust a Nut were real products. They didn't want you to catch on right away. American Psycho. I remember listening to him list out every single thing he does to groom himself in the morning, and I thought what a psycho, then thought, do I get it? Romeo, I love the business card scene. Absolutely brilliant. Look at that subtle off-white coloring. The tasteful thickness of it. Oh my god. It even has a watermark. Goodfellas. As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster. The entire film feels like the opening scene. What a film. My favorite. The music. Best film ever. 28 weeks later, I didn't deserve all these upvotes, thank you. Yes. Dawn of the Dead as well. Both films let you know they aren't fucking around. The Prince of Egypt starting off with Deliver Us was absolutely jaw-dropping. I can't think of a single stronger opening in any of the movies I've ever watched. Granted that isn't a lot, because I'm not a big movie person, but still. Jurassic Park. It really sets the tone for the movie, and the foreshadowing gives you a creepy feeling leading up to the storm. Shoot of hair. Super Troopers. You boys like Mexico. Fellowship of the Ring. Set a great tone for all of what was to come. But there were some who resisted. Still gives me shivers. Amazing opening monologue. Shouting as the arrow flies by his ear. Shrek. No kidding. The first time I saw it, I was so invested after the opening scene. Some body once told me the world was gonna roll me. Pirates of the Caribbean. Curse of the Black Pearl. The opening scene on the boat in the fog with the young Will and Elizabeth perfectly captures how hilarious, spooky, and kick-ass the rest of the movie is going to be. Also the first Lord of the Rings. So intense and on a massive scale, only to be followed by the Happy Shire scenes. Also the scene where we see Captain Jack Sparrow for the first time on the sinking boat, confidently stepping onto the dock just as the ship completely sinks. As if that was his plan all along. Such a perfect summary of his character in that one moment. You can't park your ship here. What ship? Lord of War. The opening credits follow the life of a bullet. It's manufactured, quality checked, packed into a box, and then shipped off to an African nation, where it gets loaded into a gun and shot into the head of a child soldier. And then we meet the protagonist, Yuri, Nick Cage, standing on a floor of empty casings. Says there's 550 million firearms in the world, one for every 12th person on the planet. Takes a drag on his cigarette and asks, how do we arm the other 11? Edit. Misremembered the order of the scenes, as a few people have pointed out. Yuri's monologue about one gun for every 12th person than the life of a bullet sequence. Also, thanks for the golds and silvers. Fantastic scene. Link in description. Looks like we meet the protagonist before the life of a bullet scene, but equally effective either way, I think. Kingsman. Set up the ridiculousness yet stylish action perfectly. The THX intro. What? Sorry, I didn't hear you. Sorry, the intro. Saving Private Ryan. The Lion King, 1994. Pulp Fiction. I was 14 when I saw it, and the opening scene just completely blew me away. Garkin means boy. Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Are you suggesting coconuts migrate? Old woman. Man. Sorry. Who lives in that castle? I'm 37. What? I'm 37. I'm not old. Love that exchange. The whole conversation is derailed from the start.